Fix the hair.
Like a pimento cheese kind of dip.
Oh.
Awesome.
It is 10 out of 10 on how we recommend. It's so good.
I know.
I'm already on the 5. I am fully obsessed. Yes. This is my favorite. Oh, me too.
Let's do a cheers before we get into the meat. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So the common thread here is that we're all women in tech roles at Red Ventures. I'm curious how each of you got started in tech.
I started out at RD as like a data analyst. Didn't know what I wanted to do out of college. Decided data analytics seemed really cool, and actually went through the homegrown DSA. So it was kind of a non-traditional path because I feel like most people who go into data science know that that's what they want to do. They have a really heavy like computer science background or a really heavy background in coding, and I had neither of those things, and so really had to like push through, learn Python for the first time.
Nice.
It's been like the best change I've made, but it was very much a non-traditional path.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I came into software engineering through Road to Hire.
Oh
That's
my gosh,
amazing.
that is awesome.
I did not know what even software engineering was, but I knew that I wanted something like a better job for my daughter. I was a teen mom, so Road to Hire has completely changed my life and introduced me to tech. And it's like, wow, like this is something that I really enjoy. Like I feel like I'm making an impact.
That's awesome. We are all women in the technology space, and we're in a rare situation here where everyone at the table is a woman, but so many times we're the only person in the room. I mean, that's here at work or at a conference or really any of these tech spaces. So can you guys relate to that? Like, or who's feeling that?
When I joined on my team like 5+ years ago, I was the only woman of color, and the only mother. So, and it was like that for a while. I'm so happy that it's definitely changed. On my current team, we have a lot more women, more than I've ever worked with. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, I can relate to that too. I'm often the only Black woman in a meeting, on a call, and I think at the beginning, I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I don't have that traditional tech background, so I was just like, everyone knows I don't know what I'm doing. But I think a few things have just kind of helped. Like one, my own personal growth. You're here, which means you're here for a reason. Like show up and bring what you bring to the table. And then obviously the very like authentic effort that I think Red Ventures is currently making to ensure that we have so many more Black women, so many more women like showing up on teams and offering support. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think I'm in actually kind of an opposite position from the rest of you, where I came in pretty recently and I've primarily worked with women. I get to see all these women who've been kind of trailblazers and gone before me, and get to be in the room with other women, which is really, really impactful and the opposite of what I expected coming in out of college, honestly.
In my almost 5 years of being here, I've always been the only female on our engineering team. And including me right now on my current team, there's 4 females. And it's fantastic.
I just have to like pause and acknowledge that hearing Nancy say that the power team has a lot more diversity. You are leading a team with 3 women. You have had women leaders and get to see such great examples and the change over time, not just here, but if I think about early in my career, it's so different and it's so much better. And like, that is just worth celebrating, even in this very small group. And to hear our senior leaders acknowledge that we still have work to do is also great. Thinking about your career as a whole, or here at Red Ventures, like what is a time where you did feel like you belonged, and what made you feel like that?
I think most recently I've been working with Empowered in Tech for the past several months to like try to foster a community and get women together for conversations like this, or also just to like have fun. And we were able to do a couple of events so far this year that really allowed me to actually meet other women who work in tech and data, and just like to kind of like latch onto them and get as much wisdom from them as I possibly can.
I love it.
I would say for me is when I first joined Power. At that time, Glenna Barron, she was engineering manager. For me, it was like the first time ever I was under a female leadership. So it was really, really great experience in having that kind of mentorship as well.
I love that.
I'd say my first couple months here on my first team, I did not feel like I belonged. I was thinking about leaving. And then we had switched to new management, and Brian Pataloco was my manager at the time. And he made a concerted effort without me even asking, knowing that I was shy and didn't feel like I was worth it. And like speaking up in meetings, especially if VPs or directors were in those like tech meetings, he made a concerted effort to either just call me out and just, like make me talk in those meetings just to have a voice. And that got me used to doing that. And it also made me feel like I had a solid backing. If I fumbled, he was there, and I felt that way with all my management since that point in time.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is like allyship.
Yes.
It's so active. Like I see you hiding, and I want you to get used to your own voice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you to say something. That's really cool.
It's just simple. Like, Christy, what do you think?
Oh, it's terrifying. It was terrifying. It was.
If you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I feel like, and this is even like outside of tech, I am Mexican and I grew up very traditionally, but then like I'm also like lived in the US for my entire life. Just not being scared of standing out. Like I remember very vividly always like being too scared of being too Mexican and being too American and being too scared to showcase the things that make me different. Like, because I don't want when people think of me to just think of those things that, put me in a box. But yeah, I would say that. Like, don't be scared to shine.
Yeah.
I feel similarly. I think my advice would be like, take the word can't out of your vocabulary. If you had asked me when I was in high school, like that, could you work in tech? I would have told you, absolutely not. I would, no, I can't. And I would have really felt it and believed it. And so taking that word out of my vocabulary and just trying, and just believing that I have the brains, the strength, the emotional stamina, whatever, to like give the effort and try. And if you fail, you fail. But, try it. Oh, that's great.
So we know tech experts are in high demand. Many of our colleagues are, getting hit up constantly from recruiters. What keeps you here at Red Ventures?
I just feel an immense support system. My current team feels like a family. I don't want to feel like every day I'm coming in and not enjoying my coworkers or, the environment.
Yeah, kind of similar to that. What keeps me at RV is for sure feeling like people are pouring their time into me and knowing that they're helping me to be the best like data scientist I can, but also like the best person I can, and pushing me to go further than I think I can and like do harder things than I ever expected myself to do.
I agree with that. I feel like I want to be in an environment that is investing into me as much as I'm investing into it. And I think RV has given me a lot of opportunity to like invest into our culture and to do things that are meaningful and impactful in the same way that RV has also said, hey, like, here's an opportunity, try this. And, we think you'd be good at this.
Yeah, I love the energy here. Places I worked in the past, it was like, 4:35, chairs are spinning. And it wasn't the time of day. It was just like, I'm here to check my box and this is not my job or it's not my job. And I feel like the energy is not that here. Everyone's really in it on your team.
Yeah. I'd also add that I'm really excited to give back to my team what I've learned these past 5 years. So hopefully in the next 5 years, they're able to, think similarly or feel similarly or also want to stay long term.
So what group should do this next?
Have we done this with like Road to Hire graduates?
Oh, I don't think we have.
Just
think we have.
exclusively.
Mhm.
I think we're to hire like the JCSU crew and all. Like I would love to
Open
see.
doors.
Yeah.
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 Great perspective.
Yeah.
Second. Anything else you guys want to cover? I think that's a wrap.